So, welcome to another episode of the Best of What's Around. I'm Patrick Houston, and on this show, I like to talk about just the interesting ideas and creative concepts, and hopefully, you're like minded. So, everybody's raving about this Tesla Cybertruck, and I just wanted to give my point of view and the reason why I did plunk down that $100 refundable deposit for the truck. Now, for me personally, it wasn't any kind of publicity stunt, like any kind of, oh, look at me, I got this truck, this, that, and the third. But for me, it's only makes sense. I'll be starting a business in within 2 years. I will have all my debts paid off within 2 years, and also within 2 years, I'll be pushing 40. So I've never bought anything new. Even the van that I'm in right now was a Hertz retired rent fleet vehicle. Before that, I had another Hertz retired rent fleet vehicle, and then before that, all of my other cars have just been used cars that I got off of random lots. So it's just one of those things where it makes sense to just have something new and striking and catch all. Um, you know, First of all, let's go through the stats of the thing. It starts at $39,000. I didn't get the $39,000 truck because I didn't want it. I wanted a dual motor, 4.5 second truck. Second of all, the thing drives itself. And I'm a huge fan of technology, and I can't wait to see what a perfected self-driving truck looks like. That's a big move for me. And third of all, it seats six. I do have a family of four, and I do like to go tailgate with my friends sometimes. I'm not going to off-road, but it's very likely that I'll be, moving somebody's refrigerator or moving somebody's dishwasher or something like that. So I need that utility. Third of all, and again, people forgot certain specs of this truck that make it amazing. Let's go over it. Has an onboard air compressor. Okay, it self-leveling shocks. That's nothing new. Um, Give me a second. The thing is going to have solar panels on the bed cover so that it will trickle charge the car while while it's sitting idle in hopefully daylight, bright sunlight, daylight weather. So that's extra mileage there. It gives you about 10 to 15 miles of range depending on how long you leave it out there. Fourth of all, I'm getting solar panels put on my house within about a year and a half. Those are going to cost about $20,000, and then I won't have an electric bill. So let's just run this down. Free to run because no gas. Um, Free to charge because of solar panels and a power wall. And the most striking, polarizing, question asking car that we've ever seen. Now, a lot of people poo poo the design. I understand that design is like, is it stupid looking? Yes, it's stupid looking. It's a truck. It's not supposed to be nice looking. A lot of people try to give it the Ford Edsel theory. I don't know if you guys know about the Ford Edsel back in the 50s, where basically everybody was afraid of Henry Ford's son, Edsel Ford, and he came out with this garbage looking car that nobody bought. And, they were just afraid to, talk to the boss. So I don't think it's that. I think it looks like a Mars rover. I think it is a Mars rover. I think with a couple of tweaks, it would be a really good like space rover. Imagine, just imagine the publicity for this thing. Even if it comes out in the 2020s, if anybody read Elon Musk's book, my boss bought me this book a couple of years ago, and I just fell in love with the guy after it. Um, his whole thing is to go to Mars. All this stuff that he's doing is to go to Mars. Solar City, the Boring Company, Tesla, SpaceX is all to go to Mars. That car is a damn Mars rover. So why not have that kind of piece of the future in your driveway for free? Because it's an electric car and it has 500 miles of range. That's another thing. 500 miles of range. My van has 500 miles of range. He has a if you guys are keeping up with battery news, that's another thing. There's something called a solid state battery coming out. So the batteries don't degrade as fast as like a lithium ion battery, and they're not as flammable or as as volatile as a lithium ion battery. Uh, so the truck can technically last 500,000 to 1,000,000 miles. People aren't thinking this far ahead. They're just looking at the design. Now they does, and then the truck does have some certain, drawbacks and stuff like that. Obviously, obviously the windows aren't completely bulletproof, but and then it has some competition. The Rivian's coming out, and I've seen another truck that looks like a kind of army commando Jeep that's coming out that's also electric. But I like Tesla, and I've always been a fan of Elon Musk. And this is not any publicity stunt. This is me doing something extremely bold that I've never done before and rewarding myself for not going out and coming up with side hustles and business. It all culminates to having basically a sports car to run for free, with very little maintenance, very little insurance, and very little cost to operate. It only makes sense. That's just my ideas. Comment down below if you have any. If what do you think about it? I'm sorry, it's late. I'm just why my eyes are red. I literally just woke up because I realized my son wasn't home, and I have to go yell at him now. So, thanks for listening to me, guys, and until next time.